this past summer, my wife and I were in Mexico. We went down there to, equip the church, train leaders, and start to plan more new churches. One Sunday after the Sunday service, we went to a restaurant to have dinner. And after that, we got out of the restaurant. We were walking towards our car in the parking lot just to realize that we've been robbed. They took our suitcases with our clothes, shoes, personal hygiene items. We don't have anything except what we were wearing that night. So we said, okay, God, that's okay. But we knew the next day that we need to go shopping and buy some clothes. We went to this town and everything was so expensive that we said, you know what? Let's drive to another town farther away. It'll be less expensive. So we went to this other town and we were shopping around. We got tired and hungry, and we said, let's go to this restaurant and have something to eat. So we sat down, and then I noticed that there was this drugstore like 30 yards away from the restaurant. So I told my wife, why don't you go to the drugstore and buy things that we need? So she went to the drugstore. I stayed in the restaurant. I ordered my food. 10 minutes went by. My wife was not back. 20 minutes went by. My wife's still in the drugstore. 30 minutes went by. 40 minutes later, my wife returns from the drugstore and she says, "You will never guess what happened to me." I said, "What happened?" It's, well, I met this woman in the drugstore. Turns out she's a Christian woman married to a Christian man. And we started to talk about spiritual things. And this woman says to me, "You know what? My husband wants to plant a church, but he doesn't know how. And he doesn't have anyone to help him." And my wife says to her, "We might help with that." You might be able to help with that. So this happened 3.5 months ago. We started a relationship with them. We've been training them, and just like 3 weeks ago, they started a micro church in their own home in that town. So we said, if it was necessary for someone to rob our suitcases, we could travel to that town and meet this couple in order to plant a church. It was all worth it. But we saw God moving in that, and that was very, very exciting.